Hey guys, it's Melanie. Today I'm going to be doing a good old-fashioned YouTube tag, and this one is the Unpopular Opinions makeup tag. And I actually just recently, this past weekend, watched my friend Lisa Stevens, who you guys know that I absolutely adore. She did this video and I loved how tactful all of her answers were. I feel like a video like this can get you into some trouble when you share how you really maybe feel about things. I really try hard to stay out of like YouTube drama stuff because it quite honestly blows my mind that there is so much drama involved with YouTube, because most of us who do this are grown-ups. And sometimes I wonder why people still have weird high school behavior in their 20s, 30s, worse 40s, 50s. Like, it just, I don't get it. But I'm going to try to be just as tactful as Lisa was, but I definitely have some strong opinions about certain things. And we'll see how many of you are still my friends after I share these thoughts with you guys. So let's get into it. If you have a channel and you haven't done this, I will link the questions down below, and I'll also link Lisa's video in case you haven't seen it. But okay, so question number one, popular makeup product you don't like. So liquid lipstick. Any kind of liquid lipstick. I don't get it. I think that when people wear liquid lipstick, it oftentimes makes their lips look like buttholes. I don't know what it is. I don't like the look of liquid lipstick. I don't like the feel of it. I just don't like anything about it. And there are so many people that live for liquid lipstick. And I understand why, because it stays put. You don't have to reapply as often. But to me, there's just nothing more satisfying than applying lipstick. And if I have to reapply it, that's totally okay with me. I guess it would be kind of nice if you're wearing a really bright color to not have to worry about it getting on your teeth or whatever. But at the same time, I just think that unless you have perfectly exfoliated lips that are like perfectly plumped, it accentuates like every single line, every single crevice. I just don't think it looks good. And everybody loves liquid lipsticks. Every like Boxycharm that I ever got, I swear had a liquid lipstick in it. And every time I tried it, I was like, why do I keep putting this on? It looks awful and it feels awful and it dries my lips out. I don't like it. Popular makeup product or brand that everyone else seems to hate but you love. So I really couldn't think of anything that people really hate that I love. I could certainly think of the opposite, like things that I hate but a lot of other people love. There's a lot of those things. I would say a brand that a lot of people don't talk about that I really love is Laura Geller. I don't think that people hate Laura Geller, but she also doesn't come out with like products that are like glitzy and glammy, and you know, her brand just doesn't have the appeal, like the mass appeal, I guess, that some other brands have. But I think she makes some of the best powder foundation. The color range needs a little bit of work, but her blush formulations are beautiful. I even like her eyeshadows. They're not the best, but they're pretty good. Her Lash Boss mascara is fantastic. Like, I don't hear a lot of people talking about her stuff, and I think it's just because it's not as popular of a brand, but I don't know what I would do without my Balance and Brighten. By the way, this mega size here is, I have this because on QVC she will release this really large size. I'm kind of regretting now. I canceled my auto delivery of this, which was supposed to come next month. I don't know why I canceled it, but now I have to wait for her to like come out with these on QVC. I should have just kept the auto delivery, but whatever. Okay, makeup collab you didn't like or were not interested in. Any makeup collab ever, I swear, as soon as I see a YouTuber and it's like every other YouTuber and their brother and sister and cousin is coming out with a collab of some kind, and it's just exhausting. I wish that brands would just go back to putting out good quality makeup without feeling the need to like partner up with some YouTuber to sell the product. Like, just make good stuff. Like, you don't need to attach someone's name to it. Like, it doesn't need to say Jaclyn Hill. It doesn't need to say Katie or Desi or Manny MUA. It doesn't need to say that stuff. In fact, whenever I see a collab, I will purposely avoid it because it's just like, there's just too much. There's too many of them. Most of them, quality isn't always that great, or you can tell it's just one of those like quick, like, let's make money off of this type of thing. And I hate stuff like that. It really doesn't appeal to me. And I've always been annoyed by it. And I know that there's a lot of people who love supporting their favorite YouTubers that way, but it just, for some reason, it just bothers me. It's this weird thing that whenever I see someone say like, oh, I did this collab, I will honestly purposely avoid it. I'm just so tired of seeing them. I think it's an oversaturated like type of situation, and it's just a major turnoff to me. So yeah, all the collabs I avoid. Number 4, makeup step that you never do. I don't use concealer. I'm lucky, I guess. I don't really need it underneath my eyes. I do use the Color Science Total Eye, which does have a tint to it, so it kind of acts like a concealer, but it's just kind of brightening. So I would say concealer, and another one is highlighting, the crazy highlighting trend, which that makes me roll my eyes so far into the back of my head. When I see someone either on camera or out in public with crazy highlighter, I'm always like, what are you doing? That doesn't look natural. It looks silly to me. So concealer and excessive highlighting. If you do that, it's fine. I think it's just too much, and I see so much of it. I think the thing for me with the highlighting is that it's done in excess. I totally understand that there are people out there who need concealer, and if you need it, by all means, use it. But I think it's also nice to have your skin show through, you know? That heavy, cakey look, I don't like that. But anyway. Number 5, popular beauty influencer you don't subscribe to or watch. So there's a lot. I remember back in the day being subscribed, and by back in the day, I mean like 2009, 10, 11, kind of the beginning stages of like the whole beauty situation on YouTube. I remember being subscribed to Jaclyn Hill, to Glam Life Guru, Makeup Geek. I am no longer subscribed to any of those people. In fact, I find, for me, there is this weird personality change that I notice in people when they start to get YouTube famous, which it still cracks me up that YouTube famous is a thing, because like, it's just a person sitting in a room in their house talking about makeup on camera. And I never understood the need to glorify that or to make those people famous. But this is also coming from the girl who thinks that the Kardashians are just the absolute worst and are famous for absolutely no reason at all. But yeah, I have weird things about fame and like putting people on pedestals that they don't necessarily need to be put on. And I know that this is probably the one where I would probably get the most like people going, huh? But yeah, just anyone who basically hits like 100,000 or above, I find that there's a weird personality change that I notice in them, and things start to go to their head, and it's just an automatic turn off to me. I love watching YouTubers who keep it 100% real. I don't need some high production value. I don't need fancy lighting. I don't even need people to have a fancy camera. I need them to be relatable. I need them to give me reviews that are real and honest. I need them to show me makeup looks or ideas that are realistic for my life. I'm a almost 40-year-old mom. I work, I have a job. I don't need to look up to someone like Jaclyn Hill. I don't consider her to be a role model. And I'm really nervous about Stella getting to an age where she starts to like glorify people. I just really hope that she doesn't glorify the wrong people, because I don't think it's good for the people who are being put up on the pedestals, and I don't think it's good for the people that like will just blindly follow and say that anything this person does is like the word, you know, like I don't think that that's necessary. So really, honestly, there are very few, and I'm talking very, very few beauty channels that I'm subscribed to and actually watch these days. Very few. I struggle a lot with YouTube right now. I still enjoy doing it from my end, and as long as I enjoy it, I'll keep doing it. But I'm struggling watching a lot of people right now because there's just a change and a switch that I've noticed that just makes me really uncomfortable, and I don't get it. So, yeah. Popular makeup product or brand that you don't use or support anymore. So, the obvious one that comes to mind is probably Jeffree Star. I don't know who buys a lot of his products, but I think personality-wise, I think that he might need some just help with his weird negativity that like just oozes out of him sometimes. But I mean, other than that, I guess for me, there's a lot of brands. Morphe's a big one. I've never purchased anything from Morphe, and I have no desire to. There's a lot of Morphe stuff at my Ulta now, and after looking at it and touching it and swatching it and just seeing it in person, I'm like, what? I don't get it. I don't get the hype over that brand. ColourPop is another one where, I mean, other than those two brands being really affordable, which I think it's great, you know, if that is all that is within your budget and you find things within that brand that work for you, then great. But I just feel like, again, those are products that are put on this crazy high pedestal of like, this stuff is fantastic, this company can do no wrong. And I'm just kind of like, I don't really see it that way. Like, every company has hits and every company has flops, but I feel like with a lot of these companies like Morphe and, you know, any company that has like an affiliate code or something that goes along with it, it just kind of, I don't know. I feel like those products are pushed a lot of times because there's a code that goes with them and not because the products really are all that great. It's a lot of mass-produced stuff, and I really do prefer, the older that I get, to have more quality over quantity. I'd rather spend more money on something like this than have like 20 Morphe eyeshadow palettes. I'd rather have this with the 30 that are in here and just be good with it, you know? Anyway, all right. Makeup trend you have no interest in trying. I thought about this and there was nothing that I could think of. I mean, neon or really bright or pastel type looks, I don't think I would ever try those, but I don't even think that's a thing right now. It's just something I wouldn't really do. Lisa mentioned like crazy eyebrows. I guess that maybe? I don't know. I couldn't really think of anything for this one. And then number 8, makeup product that was better in theory than when you used it, either swatched better or worked better on others than you. So what instantly came to my mind with this is basically any liquid foundation ever. You guys know that I have really oily skin, and I have tried so many different products, either getting samples at Sephora or, you know, just buying these products outright and then having to return them. Just liquid foundations just do not work for me. My skin is so excessively oily and things just slide off my face. And for me, any liquid foundation that I've ever tried, whether it was Hourglass, Kat Von D, the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus, like the Urban Decay All Nighter, there's just been all of these like liquid foundations that I've tried that just don't stay put on my face. And for the longest time, I just kept trying and trying, and I can't find anything that stays put on me. And it's insanely frustrating because I know a lot of people prefer liquid foundations, but I just can't give you those types of recommendations. Honestly, powder foundation will always be my go-to. I love how natural that looks on my skin, and I love the way that it feels, and I feel like my skin can kind of breathe through it. So yeah, for me, basically, any liquid foundation ever has been whereas for a lot of other people, it's like amazing, and it's all that they want. It's just that really like heavier coverage that just gives you like this blank canvas to work with. But yeah, it just doesn't work for me. So anyway, those are the questions. Hopefully I didn't come across as like too strong in my opinions, but there's definitely, I have thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts about the beauty community. Like I said earlier, it's a very different place from what it started out as. And I do have a little bit of that like nostalgic, like, oh, I miss the way that it used to be. I just miss people being a lot more down to earth and more relatable. A lot of people that I used to watch are just not relatable to me anymore. And honestly, most of my time on YouTube now is spent watching like clips from The Office or like National Geographic videos. It just segments on 60 Minutes. Like, it's just the most random stuff, you guys. But yeah, what are you guys watching on YouTube these days? Are you still watching a ton of beauty videos? Are you still obsessed with like bigger YouTubers? Like, what is it about them that draws you to them? Like, I would honestly love to know, because for me personally, I don't get it. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see hopefully most of you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.